Good evening. Tensions are rising across the Middle East tonight as we focus on the latest developments in Iran and Israel.
Why is Iran at war today? How did tensions between Iran, the United States, and Israel explode into a full military conflict in 2026? In this video, we will break down the entire story of the Iran war, from the historical roots to the latest events happening today. The tensions between Iran and the United States did not start recently. They go back more than 40 years, to the 1979 Iranian Islamic Revolution, when Iran overthrew its pro-Western government and became an Islamic republic. After that revolution, relations between Iran and the US became extremely hostile. Major reasons for tension include Iran's nuclear program, support for armed groups in the Middle East, US economic sanctions on Iran, military rivalry with Israel. Over the years, these tensions repeatedly brought the region close to war. The situation worsened dramatically between 2023 and 2025. During this period, Iran and Israel exchanged multiple missile attacks. Iran's allies in the region became involved in conflicts. A short but intense 12-day war in 2025 took place between Iran and Israel. Although a ceasefire was reached, the region remained extremely unstable. Meanwhile, Iran's nuclear program expanded. Protests erupted inside Iran. The United States increased its military presence in the Middle East. These tensions set the stage for a much bigger conflict. The Iran War officially began on February 28, 2026. On that day, the United States and Israel launched massive airstrikes on Iran, hitting military bases, missile sites, and government buildings. Nearly 900 strikes were carried out in the first 12 hours. One of the most dramatic events of the attack was the killing of Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei, destruction of multiple military and government facilities. These strikes immediately triggered a full-scale regional conflict, Iran's retaliation. Iran responded quickly. The country launched hundreds of ballistic missiles and drones targeting Israel, U.S. military bases, American allies in the Middle East. Countries affected included Bahrain, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Jordan, Emirates, Oman. Iran also attacked oil facilities and threatened the Strait of Hormuz, a critical route for global oil shipping. This created massive fear of a global economic crisis. Expansion of the war across the region, the conflict quickly spread beyond Iran. Examples: Kuwait. Iranian missiles targeted U.S. forces stationed there. Oman. Drone attacks hit ports and oil tankers. Bahrain. Iran struck buildings and the U.S. Navy Fifth Fleet headquarters. These attacks showed that the war was no longer limited to one country. It had become a regional conflict. As of March 2026, the war is still ongoing. Recent developments include the U.S. has carried out thousands of airstrikes against Iranian targets. Over 5,000 military targets have reportedly been hit. Iranian missile and drone attacks have decreased after heavy bombing. The United States has also deployed heavy bombers and additional military forces to maintain pressure on Iran. However, the conflict is still extremely dangerous and unpredictable. The Iran war is already affecting the entire world. Major consequences include oil prices rising. Disruptions in the Persian Gulf have pushed oil prices above $100 per barrel. Energy crisis. Millions of barrels of oil shipments are delayed because of threats to shipping routes. Risk of wider war. There are fears the conflict could involve more countries and possibly turn into a much larger war. Possible outcomes. Experts believe the war could end in several ways. Negotiated peace agreement. Regime change in Iran. Long regional war. Expansion into a larger global conflict. At the moment, no clear end is in sight. Outro. The Iran War of 2026. is one of the most dangerous geopolitical crises of our time. What started as decades of tension between Iran, the United States, and Israel has now turned into a full regional war affecting the entire world. The big question now is, will diplomacy stop this conflict, or will it escalate even further?